Hi, my name is Devin. I live in Bangkok. Today is April 5th, 2020, and it's almost 5 p.m. here. So we're a difference in time. Of course, in the U.S., it's still early morning and Sunday for you guys. What I've been wanting to talk about for a long time is the CV and the 5G. Okay. Now I know everybody is going through a lockdown right now. I think it's a little bit. Well, at first I thought, yeah, okay, I could see a lot of it, but now I'm starting to think it's being overdone. And there's a lot of people that are being hurt through this and ruined through this. I kind of putting the numbers together. I'm starting to kind of doubt whether this is going to work or not. Here we have now we just started a curfew the other night, 10 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning. You're not allowed outside the house. Even 7-Elevens, believe it or not, close. The Around here where I live, you don't see a lot of closures. You still see businesses. You see a few small restaurants. It's kind of business as usual, but a little bit slower and more masks. Some of the in Bangkok, in the deeper cities, you're seeing a lot more closures and less people around, but it's still functioning. It's not like a ghost town like it is in some of the cities in around the world, in China and in Italy and in the U.S. U.S. is got places that, like my hometown of Sandy, Oregon. You know, there's like nobody around. It's like nobody there. Of course, it's, you know, pretty small town, but still. But you know, Portland and then New York and all these places are still slowing down quite a bit. So anyway, the thing I wanted to start with was, according to the reports as of today, people contracted with CV 1,203,959, deaths 64,788, recovered 247,302, and in Thailand we have 2,169 cases, 23 deaths, and 674 recovered. Whether those numbers are true, I kind of doubt it. I think everybody's off on their numbers trying to save the economy, but I don't know if that can be saved. We have been going through a crash for a long time in the economy. Everybody's been ignoring it, but 2008, we never really recovered. We just put band-aids on it, and everybody just kept doing what they were doing. CEOs, everybody got fat on the top. The big banks started taking money from us that they could loan out and make money on, and it went up and up and up until we had to bail them out again. And then we're giving them more money, as in the repo market. We're giving them billions and billions of dollars in a night just to keep them afloat and keep our stock market up, which finally can only take it so long before it starts going down. Of course, there's artificial injections, as you can tell, because if there's almost 6-7 million people in the last 2 weeks that have been filing for unemployment in the U.S., how could the stock market be going up? And then it goes down a little bit, but then shoots back up and then goes down. It's not. It's a false market. There's no doubt about it in my mind. So we got the people on top that are running this, and they're making a mess because they want everything to collapse, the economy, the global economy to collapse, so then they can transfer wealth from us to them. So then the ones on the top are going to be the ruling class, and we're going to be just, you know, the workers. All right, we're kind of like, you know, those little ants that kind of walk along and they're taking care of this one lady all the time. That's all their job is. Well, that's kind of what they want for us. Now, if we look at the coronavirus or the CV, we see there's certain hot spots. Okay, well, when the rollout for 5G started, before there was actually even a rollout, they were talking about it quite a bit. The Fullerton Informer, he talked about 5G a lot, and the dangers of 5G as a millimeter wave, what it does biologically to people. And now we have antennas, cameras, and everything that are where there might have been thousands before for our 4G network. There's millions more just for the 5G. So, in other words, in 4G, we were encrypted and we had control of a lot of our data, and it was a slower network. So bringing out the 5G and how fast it is, where you can download a movie in seconds, where in 4G it would take minutes, right? So everybody's for this 5G, blah, 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 and all the health risks got ignored, okay? Well, we had some people that overlaid the two and did a correlation of where 5G hotspots have rolled out and where the coronavirus, CV, took off, okay? Well, Wuhan was one of the heavy rollouts for 5G, and Italy, Lombardy, in northern Italy, which was basically decimated by CV, was a rollout for 5G. Also, Iran. Iran was big into the 5G also, and also it has started in the United States, and I guess we can guess where those parts of the world are and where the parts in the US are. Okay, the hot spots. We know by looking at New York, there's something seriously wrong. Okay, we know in Washington, there's something seriously wrong. So we're looking at two ends of the nation, right? And we're looking at some other hot spots too. And so there is a correlation between the two that I'm beginning to think one is overlapping the other. Now, as of today, supposedly there is a doctor, Dr. Smith, and I don't mean from Lost in Space. This is a real guy who was actually with Laura Ingraham on Fox News, and he talks about people that he has been using the hydroxychloroquine on, and they have gone days with this and gotten better, and none of them have had to go on ventilation. Okay. Now there's another one in Vectrin, which is actually been around for a long time, which is used for parasites in animals. Okay. Now this, if you remember the old days where they had to do the sheep dip thing because they had the ticks and all this stuff, and then also they had to squirt this stuff in their mouth that would kill the inside, and then the outside was from the baths. Well, they came out with this Vectrin, and they could actually just inject them and no problem. Well, what this drug does is in vitro, testing it in the lab, that it attacks the coronavirus cells and doesn't allow them, their protein receptors, to infiltrate the cell, okay, like the human cells. Of course, this has not been used on humans yet. It's only in laboratories and in animals, and now it's going to be studied on humans. The chloroquine is FDA approved for malaria, and so far we're looking at that as a possible cure. And according to Dr. Smith, it is a cure. So we need to look at the two and find out why this is all being done. It's going to be covered up. They're going to say, oh, well, it's got to go through more testing and testing and testing and everything like that. I don't know how they can do that because it is FDA approved already. So I think we're going to foil some plans. And there's going to be some elites that are going to be very upset because the New World Order that they're working for is not going to happen as long as we can do the right thing and we can keep, especially prayer, on this whole issue. So that's what I have right now. Please put your comments below. I'd like to know anything that I can talk about or research, and maybe come up with some another video that might be helpful. In other words, I'll talk to you later. Bye.